Welcome to part 2 of our series on the 12 types of gaslighting, so don't go anywhere. Hey, welcome to Recovery TV. I'm glad you're here to tune in on this 4-part series on the 12 types of gaslighting. In part 1, we talked about the types of gaslighters that fall under trust exploitation. This is part 2 of that series, where we will be talking about the types of gaslighters that fall under the category of love exploitation. So that's coming up. Now, I also did an introductory video to this series, and I think it's really important to watch that video before you watch any of the other types. Although you could probably get away with watching this video or any of the other 3 videos that go along in this series without watching the introductory video, I think you'll just get more out of it if you watch that introductory video first. I'll make sure to put a link right here in the cards, as well as the description of this video, so feel free to click on that. The video itself is roughly 5 minutes long. Additionally, I think it's important as you go through this series to check out the description of each video. Some of the links I put in the description will be found in all the videos, and some of them will be unique to the specific video you're watching. There's one very important link that I'm putting in all the videos of this series, including the introductory video. And that link is the PDF download to the article that I wrote on the 12 types of gaslighting. I think it's a really good article for you to download and to have on hand, as I will be reading excerpts from that article, but it can be also really useful to refer back to. Additionally, the graphic you see right here will be embedded in that article so that you can refer back to it without having to return to the YouTube video. Okay, so we're about to dive right into it, but before we do, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to ring that bell so that you can be notified when more of our videos are posted. This is a quick and easy way for you to please the algorithm gods in an effort to support our channel to get our information out there. So I have identified 3 types of gaslighters that tend to exploit something that is foundational in a healthy, functional relationship, and that is love. So in the article I write, love is a wonderful yet complicated feeling. In order for love to serve its relational purpose, it requires us to put our blinders on to some degree. When we love someone, we find ourselves being less judgmental and more compassionate and understanding. Love allows us to be more empathetic to and less dismissive of our partners. It's a wonderful yet scary feeling because love is not only at the helm of our most meaningful and intimate moments, it is also at the helm of our most painful and heartbreaking experiences. In other words, it is because of this little thing called love that we feel so hurt and foolish when betrayed. Many gaslighters intuitively recognize the power that love has over us. Thus, at times, they may take advantage of that emotional reality in effort to keep the circus of secrets going. So I don't think love exploitation needs any further explanation than that. So let's talk about the 3 gaslighters that fall under that category: the charmer, the normalizer, and the persuader. This person has weaponized likability. They seem to naturally understand the behavioral, verbal, and or emotional cues that penetrate beyond the discerning party's walls of defensiveness, anger, and resentment. They do this by plucking the perfect combination of heartstrings so that the love blinders go up and red flags continue to be ignored and overlooked. Partners of charmers are often deceived by the contrast of bad or questionable behavior coupled with innocent and lovable attributes. Some of those loving attributes may include things like a sweet and soothing voice, or a calm face, a calm presence, or maybe even puppy dog eyes. Sometimes charmers are able to string together words in such a way that sounds so loving, poetic, and enticing. And when this happens, it often throws partners off as they are left thinking, how could someone so sweet and loving be caught up in something so dark and sinister? The normalizer. This type of gaslighter is skilled in reframing deviant or alarming behavior as normal. When this type of gaslighter is successful in normalizing harmful or alarming behavior, the discerning party is often left with only one other conclusion: that they themselves are the abnormal one for feeling alarmed and unsettled. The normalizer may make use of common expressions in an effort to discredit the concerns of their partner. Why are you making a mountain out of a molehill? Is this really the hill you want to die on? You know, it is what it is. So these are 3 common expressions that are kind of pet peeves of mine in general. One thing I often tell couples is that you better be making mountains out of molehills so the molehills don't become mountains. When it comes to the expression of picking the hill you want to die on, I'm not real fond of using war language when we're talking about relationships. And then when people say it is what it is, my response is that it can't be anything other than what it is. It always is what it is. Now, most of the time, people are just saying that to end the conversation or to say that I've said what I've come to say on it. I'm done talking about it. You're welcome to respond to it. Or maybe they're just saying that I would just like to move on from it. But gaslighters use these expressions differently. Gaslighters use these types of expressions to make you feel like you're the crazy one, to make you feel like you're not thinking accurately about reality and that their take on reality is superior to yours. The purpose of the normalizer is to make their reality appear to be the normal reality and yours to be the abnormal reality. And since you're a loving spouse or partner, you want nothing more than for everything to be okay. And you definitely don't want your abnormal way of seeing the world to be disruptive to somebody you love and care about. The final type of gaslighter in this category is the persuader. This gaslighter is likely very skilled at the two aforementioned types. This person not only makes use of their charm and ability to normalize as a way to keep discerning parties in the dark, they also work to convince them to partake in the behavior in question alongside them. This is common in relationships impacted by infidelity. Some acting out partners have been known to play on the love of the suspecting partner by persuading them to partake in activities perceived as unbecoming to the other partner. This offers the gaslighter an extra layer of protection. After all, if things go south, how could the betrayed partner ever accuse them of deception when they themselves participated as consenting adults? So when it comes to the purpose and the actions of the persuader, consensual might not be an accurate reflection of what's actually going on. Partners who are in a relationship with this type of gaslighter often find themselves partaking in certain behaviors that they normally wouldn't partake in. They don't partake in these behaviors because they might find it unbecoming, they might find it immoral, or it just might go against certain values or principles that they have. So they push those principles aside because they've been manipulated to believe that if they adhered to those principles, that would make them an unloving or unsupportive partner. So then they engage in certain activities or behaviors that they normally wouldn't do that are in violation of their principles and values. And then they find themselves later feeling very ashamed and duped and even violated when they learned of this manipulation strategy that was used against them by someone that they love and trusted. So those are the three types of gaslighters that fall under the category of love exploitation. So I hope the content of this series has been helpful to you. If it has, and you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button because part 3 is going to drop next, and we're going to talk about Hippocratic exploitation, and you definitely don't want to miss that one. Again, check out the description of this video for links and resources, and I'll see you back here next time.